The entertainment world woke up to shocking news. Su Kai, one of China's most beloved actors, has reportedly gone missing. No public appearances, no updates, and not even a post from his usually active social accounts. For days, fans have been left in confusion and fear, wondering what could have happened to the man who once lit up every screen he touched. But what made the story even more emotional was Tan Songyun's reaction. The actress, who shared unforgettable on-screen chemistry with Su Kai, broke her silence after days of speculation, and her words immediately shook the internet. The story began when Su Kai was last seen leaving a private event in Shanghai 2 weeks ago. According to witnesses, he appeared quiet, distant, and unusually tense. A few hours later, his team claimed he was taking time off for personal reasons. But as the days passed and no one heard from him, not even close friends, panic began to grow. Rumors spread quickly. Some claimed Su Kai had been overwhelmed by industry pressure, others whispered about an unresolved heartbreak. A few even suggested that a hidden scandal was brewing, something so serious it forced him to step away. Then came Tan Songyun's post. Late at night, she shared a single line on Weibo. Some people carry their pain too silently. I just hope he's somewhere safe. Fans immediately knew she was referring to Su Kai. Within minutes, her name and his trended across all major platforms. People began revisiting their old interviews, their behind-the-scenes clips, and even their award show moments. In one resurfaced video, Su Kai was asked to describe Tan Songyun in one word. His answer: comfort. Now, that single word carried a new, haunting weight. Insiders claimed that Su Kai had been battling immense pressure leading up to his disappearance. Multiple projects, sleepless nights, and constant media attention had taken a visible toll on him. He wanted to take a break, one close associate said. But he also didn't want to disappoint anyone. He was caught between duty and peace. Tan Songyun, on the other hand, has reportedly been reaching out through mutual friends, trying to locate him or at least confirm he's okay. Sources close to her revealed that she hasn't been herself lately, missing meetings, staying off social media, and spending most of her time in quiet reflection. When approached by reporters, her voice trembled as she said, "Su Kai is not just a colleague. He's a kind soul who deserves rest. Please don't make this harder for him." Her emotional statement only fueled more theories. Was there more between them than fans knew? Were they quietly close, supporting each other through their toughest moments? As the investigation continues, authorities haven't confirmed anything suspicious, but Su Kai's agency finally released a statement. Su Kai is currently safe but under private care. He has chosen to disconnect temporarily for personal and health reasons. The news brought relief to many, but also concern. What kind of pain could drive one of the brightest stars in Asia to vanish from public life completely? Behind the curtain of fame, perhaps Su Kai was battling something deeper, the loneliness that comes when the spotlight never turns off. And as Tan Songyun continues to defend and protect his silence, fans are reminded of the human side of the stars they adore, fragile, emotional, and sometimes lost in a world that demands perfection. Whatever caused Su Kai's disappearance, pressure, love, or scandal, one thing remains clear: those closest to him, especially Tan Songyun, just want him to find peace. Until he returns, the mystery remains, and so does the hope that someday soon we'll see him smile again, standing beside Tan Songyun, not as the missing star, but as the man who finally found his way back. As days turned into weeks, Su Kai's disappearance began to feel like a real-life drama no one wanted to believe was true. The entertainment world grew restless. Fans organized search campaigns online, media outlets flooded social platforms with headlines, and every small update was analyzed as if it were a clue in a mystery novel. But in the midst of the frenzy, Tan Songyun remained silent. Her silence, though, spoke louder than any words could. She stopped attending public events. She rejected new interviews. Those close to her said she had become withdrawn, spending hours scrolling through her phone, reading fan messages about Su Kai, and holding on to every photo they ever took together on set. Their story had always been special, one of those rare on-screen pairings that fans couldn't let go of. From their shared laughter in behind-the-scenes clips to the way they looked at each other during press conferences, it was impossible not to notice the quiet comfort between them. But now, that connection seemed filled with pain and worry. 3 weeks after Su-kai vanished, a new piece of information surfaced. His car was found parked along a quiet coastal road near Qingdao. Inside, police found his phone, wallet, and a notebook filled with handwritten pages. The media immediately went into overdrive. One page from the notebook read, "Sometimes the world becomes too loud. I just need to remember who I was before all of this." The public feared the worst, but his family quickly clarified that there was no sign of self-harm or danger. They believed he had simply gone away to recover, to escape the chaos that had surrounded him for years. When Tan Songyun heard the news, she reportedly broke down. A close friend revealed she cried for hours. She said she should have reached out earlier, that maybe she could have stopped him from leaving. That night, Tan finally posted a new message online, short but powerful. "You once said you found peace by the ocean. I hope the waves are kind to you this time." Within minutes, the internet exploded. Hashtags like hashtag Find Su-kai and hashtag Tansonian message to Su-kai began trending worldwide. Fans flooded her comment section with messages of support, many writing that her words felt like something out of a love story interrupted by fate. Meanwhile, entertainment insiders began piecing together the reasons behind Su-kai's sudden vanishing. Some believed it was exhaustion. He had been filming back-to-back dramas for nearly 3 years without rest. Others suspected deeper emotional struggles. There were whispers that Su-kai had been under immense pressure from management and had been quietly seeking freedom. But what touched people the most was the unwavering concern from Tan Songyun. She wasn't trying to protect her image, nor was she speaking for publicity. She was simply human, worried, heartbroken, and missing someone who clearly mattered to her deeply. A month later, the story took another turn. A fisherman on the coast of Qingdao claimed he saw someone who resembled Su-kai sitting by the rocks, sketching in a notebook. He looked calm, the Mun said in an interview. He didn't seem lost, just peaceful. When the news broke, fans were torn between relief and disbelief. Could it really have been him? If so, why hadn't he returned or reached out to anyone? Not long after, a single anonymous photo appeared online, a Mun in a hoodie and cap walking along the shore, carrying what looked like Su-kai's signature leather journal. The caption simply read, "He's healing." Tan Songyun's reaction came quietly. She liked the post, the only activity she'd made online in weeks. Fans noticed instantly, and that single tap reignited hope across millions of hearts. For Tan, that moment was personal. Friends revealed that she had been exchanging letters with Su-kai before his disappearance, notes filled with small joys, quiet frustrations, and mutual encouragement. One of her last messages to him, they said, ended with, "If you ever disappear, promise you'll come back when you're ready." Now, that line feels prophetic. Weeks later, Su-kai's agency confirmed that he had reached out privately. He was safe, resting, and undergoing emotional rehabilitation away from the public eye. They promised he would return when he was ready, stronger, calmer, and more inspired. In a rare update, Tan Songyun shared a gentle smile during a live stream. When fans asked about Su-kai, she paused for a moment before saying softly, "Sometimes disappearing is a way of finding yourself. What matters is that he's okay." Her words brought comfort to millions who had followed their journey since the beginning. And then, just when everyone thought the story had ended, a new surprise emerged. Su-kai himself posted a handwritten note on his social media after months of silence. It read, "I'm learning how to breathe again, without the noise, without the expectations. Thank you for waiting. And thank you especially to the person who reminded me what peace feels like." Fans instantly knew that last line was meant for Tan Songyun. The internet broke once again, not from shock this time, but from relief and admiration. The love and respect between Su-kai and Tan Songyun had survived distance, silence, and the harshness of fame. Their story became more than a celebrity mystery. It became a symbol of healing, patience, and understanding. A reminder that even stars who seem to have it all can lose themselves, and that sometimes love isn't about holding on, but letting someone find their way back. And when Su-kai finally returns, not just as an actor, but as a renewed man, one thing's for sure, the first person the world will look for standing beside him will be Tan Songyun. Because through it all, she never stopped believing that he would come back. This is K-Drama Cycle, And the story of Soo Kai and Tan Songyun reminds us that even behind the glitz of fame, the most powerful dramas are the ones written by real hearts.